Join everyone that watching this program. 5W30, according to my information, Total is bringing 5W30, even though their 5W30 is higher than for this car, but it will work well. Oando now has 5W30. Oando has 5W30. We have other good 5W30s in the market. It is expensive, but it is once in 6 months. So if you use it twice a year, nothing, you are protecting your engine, you are making things to last. And then the power steering fluid. There are many good power steering fluids in the market. From now, from the way you can see, the engine has a clatter. When you start it the first time in the morning, if you start your car first time in the morning, there's a clatter, ka-ka-ka-ka-ka, and then stops. Some people will tell you they need to change the servo or the camshaft. It is not. Your oil is not protecting the engine. That's why it has that problem. And then the car now does not have any braking power because the master brake, the oil has destroyed it. So everything we are discussing about this car now is linked to the engine oil, the brake oil, and the power steering oil. The leakage in the power steering, the clearance in it, is making the car not to work very well. You can hear all those things. It is because of the fluid. The fluid is very important. When you use the wrong fluid, you will now get all this problem. The engine is having a clattering sound. Morning, whenever your car has that problem, don't panic, just change your engine oil. Use the right one. It's because you are not using the manufacturer's oil. That's why you are having that problem. So what this car requires now is to put back, we are going to change the master, we are going to change this power steering, and we are going to we are going to change the oil for the car. And when that one is used and everything is done, the car will improve, the performance will be okay. Right now, there's no brake in this car. If you take a risk now, you will go and hit somebody. That was what the owner has been going through that made us to go and collect the car. If you're having that same problem with your car and you don't know what to do, your mechanic is not telling you what to do, try and bring it to us and we will tell you what to do. Or rather, a regular viewer will give you discount to just check your car and tell you what to do. You can go and give it to the mechanic. But we'll make sure that the cars on our roads are good. It's not the economy that is the issue now. It is our ignorance. We don't know what to use. We don't know what is necessary. We use any type of oil. The oils that they said they are not meant for all cars. And so it's not all cars that should use it. And that is where we round off for today. We encourage you to use the right specification of what the owner that produced the car has told you. What he has told you to use is what you should use. Now the owner is going to spend money to change the servo and the master brake and change the power steering and fix the engine. And until this one is done, he will keep on having issues. Thank you. And any information you need to know, send us a WhatsApp or on our social media channels. We are available. We'll respond. Give us a call. Make sure you use what they say. Like this oil now, he's sincere. He told us, the brake oil, that this car is not meant for brake system. This oil is not meant for brake system that requires mineral oil. And people don't look at it. And that is why we are having issues. Thank you, and God bless. Good afternoon, viewers. This is AutoXPAT with Patrick Okun India once again. Today we are discussing about Toyota.
Traveling is fun. exercising, expressional and adventurous, especially if you're driving. You get to see a lot of borders and diverse attractions. So much happens on the road, whether or not you're driving long or short distances. You are bound to encounter true life stories such as human behavior, traffic situations, driving experience and the others. We cannot neglect road accidents and crashes, safety and security measures, adventures where you get to meet a lot of people with diverse cultures, hotel experience, sightseeing, wildlife and much more.
You must be prepared for so many unforeseens, as every road trip comes with a level of uncertainties. Do not forget, your safety comes first. This basically means you must drive with a high level of caution, making sure that your tires, your oil, your gear, and of course your lights are in its right working order. You equally have the opportunity of tasting different delicacies from other tribes. You also get to meet and interact with several people. These are just but a few of what you encounter while on the road.
My name is AutoXPATPro.
And I am Latifat Ajao. Welcome to On the Road, Safety and Exploration.
On this program, we have diverse segments such as road accidents and survivors, security measures, adventures, automobile,
road conditions, food on the road, opportunities, road maps, and reportage. On the road, where we give you all the gist, glitz,
and happenings while on the road.
Right about now, we're heading out of Lagos, heading to Ogun, the gateway state. We have so much in package for you. You will love it.
Don't touch that dial. Keep watching On the Road.
This is Itoshi, the gateway to Abeokuta, coming from Abule-Egba through Sango-Ota and Ipo. You can see the bevy of vehicles that goes in and out of the town. The city is majorly busy on Saturdays when social events are at its peak. There are two ballets here, one in Abule-Aro and the other in Opeoluwa, all working towards the greatness of this town, Itoshi. So, the major landmark is a psychiatric hospital. So, welcome to Abeokuta.
gmail.com. Have a fabulous day, guys, and live big, people.
Today, as always, we have a tight package for you, as we will be discussing about the radiator. The radiator is located in here in the vehicle, but because it is not possible to bring it out, so we have this as a sample to show you what a radiator looks like. The radiator is a heat exchanger. It is designed to transfer hot coolant from the engine through where the fan and air blows through it. In essence, the radiator exchanges heat with cool air. Most cars use aluminum radiators. The essence of a radiator is to prevent engine overheating. When a car is in motion, the engine produces heat. Now, the coolant absorbs this heat and passes it to the radiator. The radiator, in turn, transfers this heat to the engine to cool off. The radiator has a tank by the side. This tank is called the transmission cooler. Transmission cooler is more like a radiator within a radiator. It is composed of water and coolant in it. The radiator is the main component in the coolant system. What causes engine overheated? Bad radiator. How to know that your radiator is going bad? Number 1, leaking coolant onto the floor. Number 2, engine overheating. Number 3, sludge in the radiator. Number 4, low coolant. Let's take it one after the other to aid easy understanding. Leaking coolant onto the floor. If there is a leak or a crack in the radiator, because the coolant directly goes into the radiator, if there is a leak or a crack in the radiator, automatically the coolant leaks onto the floor. It might happen while you're driving or while your car is parked. If this happens, take it to a mechanic shop for them to conduct a pressure test to find out whether your radiator is the reason for this leak. Number 2, engine overheating. If your engine constantly overheats, then your radiator may be falling bad, because that is the only way that the engine coolant is cooled. But sometimes it gets to a point where it is not completely failed. This means that it should be attended to immediately, because if it does not get adequate and immediate attention, you might be spending extra costs repairing the whole radiator. When you notice that your engine is constantly overheating, you need to take your radiator to the mechanic because it is beginning to fail. Number 3, sludge in the radiator. Usually and normally, the color in this coolant is usually yellow, red, or green. But failing radiator contaminates it, which turns it into rusty or oily color. This is a sure sign that your radiator is going bad. You don't need to replace coolant. All you need to do is take your radiator to the mechanic for adequate repair. Number 4, low coolant. If it shows you a low coolant sign on your dashboard every other time, this is a sign that your radiator is beginning to fail and it needs adequate attention. So, when you have a leaking coolant on the floor, or you have constant overheating, or you have low coolant or sludge in the radiator, you need to take it to a professional mechanic to have it diagnosed, to save you a lot of trouble when driving. This is where we wrap it up today on this segment of Auto Guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have learned a lot about the radiator and signs to show you that your radiator might be going bad. It is that simple, right? And keep watching Auto Expert. It's your guide to your safety. It was a cold morning when a long heavy-duty truck was supposedly stopped by traffic warden. Out of impatience, moved, shoved the bus into the gutter and rammed into a keke napep, leaving all the passengers dead on the spot. As a matter of fact, the heavy-duty truck was badly damaged, leaving the driver and other passengers seriously injured. This is extremely heartless of any driver who can actually do this. We have appealed to truck drivers. You need to take it easy. You do not need that speed. Obey traffic officers and the rules. Take cognizance of junctions where different vehicles meet at different corners, crossings, sharp bends, and corners generally. Do not oppress others with the weight and size of your vehicle, as these vehicles were not designed to kill. Value the lives of others as you would value yours. This is where we draw the curtains today on this episode of Auto Expert. My name still remains Latifat Ajao, and keep watching Auto Expert. It's your show guide to your safety. Keep a date with me, same time next week. And remember, life is not reversible. Drive with utmost care. Have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.
So-called car that is less problematic, but nowadays the problem is becoming too serious, even like my Range Rover giving us issues. This car was brought to us by one of our viewers. He complained about his brake, he complained about his engine sound, and he complained about the clearance on his car. That when he turns, he hears some clearance vibrating underneath the car. And so we went to pick up the car and brought it here. And in the process, we discovered that Toyota specified that you use .3 brake oil. We have a lot of .3 brake oil in Nigeria. We don't know which one is suitable. About 90% of the .3 brake oil, they are not meant for this kind of cars. It's written .3, but we cannot guarantee their effectiveness. And so many people make that mistake. They use .3, the one they see. Some are green, some are those old ones that say clutch and brake. But the normal .3 that Toyota recommends, you hardly find it in the market. And so everybody uses the one they see. We have a lot of brake oils. There are some like this one, ones that it is not suitable for cars that require mineral brake base fluids. It is not suitable, it said not suitable for other brake systems requiring mineral base fluid. So how do you know if your car requires mineral brake fluid? That is why you need to also talk to the professional. The brake oil now, this one is suffering now. This one is minor. It has ABS. But the brake problem we now find on Toyota, especially the Land Cruiser, especially the Lexus, the amount of money required to change the brake accumulator and module is over 700,000. You will now say, for a Toyota, yes, brake ABS failure is linked to the oil you have been using. Some will say, it's .3 they wrote, but it's not all .3 is .3. There are some that are green. There are some that are other colors. They just put it without knowing, and it will corrode the braking system, and then you now have issues with your brake. Thank God this is a 2000 Camry. What happens with the Prado? Many people with Prado, with Land Cruiser, with even GS 470, 460, they have changed their brake master and accumulator. And that one in the market, a brand new one, is 700 to 1 million naira. And you now say for a Toyota, our popular Toyota, that is what is going on now. We now go to the second complaint. When he revs his car, the car it has like a grinding sound. It is because he is not familiar with the oil. We have explained it to him. Even the cost of putting it back, he is complaining that for a common Toyota, there's no common Toyota. This car requires API SJ5W30. You say, why? When there's 20W50. And that's what he has been using. The first thing that will come, he will get sludge in the engine, because he has been using the wrong one, and he's not also servicing it. If you use a mineral oil, it's 3 months maximum. Whether you drive, go far or near, 3 months maximum, 3,000 or 3 months, it will still remain. But if you want to enjoy the engine, use the right oil. That is why he's having this problem. The third one that he's having, there is clearance on the steering rack because he has been using the wrong power steering oil. They will say, which one is wrong power steering oil? Here, Toyota say, use Destron type, ATF. But how many people use Destron ATF? There are some people who use Mobi, they will use Total, they will use, but those ones are, if the car cannot work, the Destron cannot work on your gear. For this particular car, you don't need to use it. I know Total today will not work on this particular car, so you don't need to use it. Orlando Destron 2 will not work. Fort Oil Destron 2 will never work on it. But people are using any type of transmission fluid for their power steering. And in the end, they will have to now go and change the pump and the rack. So the three things that we discovered from this car is as a result of the wrong specification of fluids he was using on the car. and then he will have to now get a new brake master and servo and use the right oil. He will have to now get a new power steering pump. Luckily, it has not affected the steering rack. But in the long run, he's not getting satisfaction driving this car. As common as it is, not. We have not been able to use the right mineral or whatever to make the car to work well. And then when you see the car swerves, there's vibration, the alignment is bad, and then you now see the tires is put in, they will say the economy is bad. The accidents do not know economy. When you are using the wrong tire, the economy has no effect with it. It is what you choose that you will get. And then the steering rack is bad. As a result, it's not bad, but it's not effective as a result of what he has been using. These three fluids, the brake oil, the power steering oil, and the engine oil, it has affected his car. It's no more the way it should be. And when you now tell him, how can we spend much for this Corolla? You will have to, for this Camry, you will have to spend because it is not getting the right value for what it's supposed to give you. And so we're enjoying everyone that watching this program. 5W30, according to my information,
Things happen while driving on the road. The most common is a different driving attitude among various drivers. Some drive so crazy like the road belongs to them. Some drive like driving has no culture, while others just swerve into all the lanes in 1 minute, not minding the fact that each of this lane has a purpose. All of these activities take place when you're equally driving on the same road. You just have to remain focused, because this act can cause serious distraction which could result to a fatal accident. You can never tell who among this whole lot drives under any influence. Hello Africa, hello Nigeria, it's your ever charming host Latifa Tajao, and you're most welcome to the best rated automobile and safety TV program, Auto Expert, your guide to your safety. This week promises to be spectacular. You really want to meet our celebrity of the week, what's buzzing on auto news, auto guide, amongst others. You really don't want to miss any of the segments. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
What up, what up? It's still your boy, Ransom, aka Local Boy Gun International. Keep watching Auto Expert, your guide to safety. God bless. For the life and the land that we breathe and we know they pay. I got too much sauce, I got too much sauce, so atarodo. I pepper them like atarodo. You already know it's your boy Casually. Now I'm right here with the Auto Expert with celebrity. Now yeah, I still there. I know they go anywhere. We are now. Pepper them like atarodo. Life without a car was kind of stressful, you know. And cars is the way of life, you understand? Owning a car is very expensive and it's costly. You know, thinking about the insurance, thinking about the maintenance, but at the beginning, you know, there was no really need because everybody around me has a car. So when I was growing, you know, after university, so I believe there's a need for that. And, you know, and I think I got my first car in an early stage. So it's not that really stressful for me, I would say, because I had a privilege of bringing, which was really good. So my first car, it was a Tokumbo. I got it myself, you know, that was it. It was a Honda Civic, so it was kind of cool. I always make sure my tires are, you know, doing better, and the dashboard, I try to see if there's any fault on the dashboard. And if there is, you know, I just call the auto mechanics come and check it out. I always make sure, you know, safety is very important in life, so I make sure everything is in order before taking off. Yeah, I do obey the traffic lights and the rules, and I make sure, you know, like I don't break the rules, I don't beat the lights and all that. So I always obey the traffic rules. This one, I like the sound system and the, you know, and it's 2.0 liters, so it's kind of cool and, you know, it's smooth. It's a smooth, you know, it's a smooth car, so I like driving it a lot. I just like it. And the interior is so amazing. The leather and everything, you know, I feel comfortable, like, as if you're in a plane. Kind of, you know, first class kind of. I drive a Range Rover and I drive a Porsche car and I drive a Lexus. It's my favorite. For the Porsche, you know, it's a fast car, so sometimes when I just want to, like, you know, go on a road trip, so I just jump over the Porsche. You must be using the second language. My take on accidents, well, the thought of car accidents, you know, it's kind of disturbing for me. So it's good, it's necessary for us to take precautions and just to avoid, you know, the car accident and the car crash. So always make sure you don't drink and drive. And if you're drinking, I beg, no drive at all. You understand? And always don't know this Snapchat and all that. You know, Nigeria now everywhere. Yeah, selfie everywhere. I beg, don't they do that one while driving? And don't be making calls and all that. Always check your car. If your car is, you know, it's okay for you to drive, always make sure you do that. And don't speed, please. Always obey the traffic, you know. I do like 25, 30, so I don't go beyond that speed. But if I'm on the highways, I do like 60, 65, 70. You know, safety before anything. Always obey the rules of traffic. I beg, make not obey, and make sure don't drink and drive. But I always go with my driver, or somebody could be available to drive me back home. So I'll, you know, it's, you know, life is very beautiful. So I'll never trade my life for just auto crash. I beg. So I take on customized number. It's, you know, everybody with their own kind of taste. So I don't go talk anything, but me, I know to like them. So I just believe in normal thing. Make I just drive. If the car is okay enough, the plate na minor thing. So I don't really care about the plates. My view on auto insurance is that you have to insure your car because it's very good. Because it's just like if you pay the premium and the insurance still will cover you in, you know, we never can say. You can run into accident and, you know, so once your car is insured, definitely the insurance company will guide you through and they will pay for all the, you know, for all the damage. So it's the best. You have to insure your car. Okay, do like a mannequin. Don't make a move like a mannequin. Make you not tell them like a mannequin. Okay, enjoy yourself like a mannequin. Make them enjoy life. Life is beautiful. As I said earlier, don't drink and drive. It's your boy Casually, aka Atarodo Master. As you know, it's already they everywhere. They hot. Atarodo they everywhere. They hot. And keep watching AutoXPAT. It's your guide to safety. As they all now Casually say so. Don't change the dial. The day here. Oh yeah. Atarodo. Atarodo.
100.
Hi guys, I'm David Jones, David, AMVCA winner, Best Actor in the Drama Series 2017. I'm an actor, a singer, a music producer, a writer, and a composer. Right now you're watching my car, my experience. I've owned 4 cars, I've driven 3 cars. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Now, my first car was a Benz 190. I loved it. It was balanced. I loved the maneuverability. Funny enough, I've been lucky with cars. You know, when that car was given to me, it was given to me because they said it had this ejector problem and all that. But the moment I got that car and I serviced it, everything was perfect. That car served me for years. And I had to upgrade to another car. I mean, when you own a car, at some point in your, in your life, you just want to upgrade. You know how it comes. So I had to upgrade to a Chrysler Space Bus. You know, I like Space Bus because it's spacious. I could carry equipment and other things in it, you know, and drive to a show I want to go to, or, you know, carry friends, carry more friends. It was fun for me because then you could go to the beach with it. You have people in it and all that, and it had a smaller engine. So I actually went for a smaller and a low fuel consumption engine. I had to upgrade. And after that, I got a bus, a Volkswagen bus. I didn't actually drive that one. I put it on the road, you know. That was for, I mean, making money. Then I got this. I love this car. People always tell me that, you know, when you want to get a car, they say this car has issues, don't buy this, don't buy that. I'll just say I've been lucky with cars, actually. For every car I've driven, none of them gave me any issue. And I'll tell you why. I think it's because before I drive out in the morning, I check everything I have to check. Check the water, check the oil. When it's due for servicing, 2-3 months max, I service the car. And I use original parts when I have to change any part. So for me, the journey, you know, with me and my cars has been smooth. So I have no regrets, I have no complaints. All right, accidents with my cars, oh no. Like I said before, I've been lucky with cars, you know. It's been smooth with me and my cars, from my Benz 190 to this one. So for me, I love cars, cars love me. All right, guys, it's been me, David Jones, David, AMVCA winner, Best Actor in a Drama 2017. I hope you enjoyed my car, my experience. Sign out. Enjoy yourself. Bye.
Cause my heart belongs to you, my lover. What's up, people? You've been with me on the show. It's your boy Tolu, and I want to recap the few things that we mentioned today. Make sure that you always check your engine, you always check your tires, you always make sure that there's water in your radiator. Make sure you wear your seatbelt, and do not drink and drive. And if you're like me that is safety conscious, you can get out your Android phone right now and download the AutoXPAT app on Google Play.
Make you feel what you never felt before. Oh.
100.
Yes, we all move so freely from one point to the other every other day, not bothering about the unforeseen. But the truth is, it does happen to several persons. I am Alex Anava, the National Retail Manager, General Business, Leadway Assurance Company. Welcome to yet another heartwarming insurance segment on AutoXPAT. And trust, we are well loaded.
Sometimes life has more questions than answers, and every teardrop seems to drown your laughter. But even when it hurts, there's someone who knows that everybody hurts, everybody cries, everybody walks along the lonely road sometimes. Let me take your hand, I will be a friend, because to me your happiness is just as good as mine, and you will be fine.
Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Just think there's a lot of things that we overlook that are not necessary. You think it's necessary, but when the time comes for it, you're like, wow, thank God I did that. So I think it's very necessary. Auto insurance is very necessary.
A lot of times it comes to us as a shock. just because you are never ready. This is why you need to be proactive. Now you don't need to worry anymore because Leadway Assurance Company has got your back. With our newly introduced product, the personal accident cover. It covers you in diverse situations such as bodily injury. This may arise as a result of an accident. 2, it covers you for disability, and in this case it could be a temporary or a permanent disability which arises too as a result of an accident. And the 3 is that it provides for you medical expense as a result of an accident. So you are reimbursed in the event you have an accident and you had the cost to visit a hospital. All of this is coming under a tidy plan, and I bet you it is very affordable. And beyond its
life claimed is real. Trust us, trust Leadway. Within a week, your claim is settled. Thank you.
Trust us, Leadway pays claims.
Sometimes life has more questions than answers, and every teardrop seems to drown your laughter. But even when it hurts, there's someone who knows that everybody hurts, everybody cries, everybody walks along the lonely road sometimes. Let me take your hand, I will be a friend, because to me your happiness is just as good as mine, and you will be
affordable. But mind you, it's very effective. You may say it cannot happen to you. You may be right in a sense, but I want you to know that it could happen to somebody. And that somebody could be anybody. And that anybody could be you. You need to take the very necessary step today by calling the numbers showing on your screen. Until then, make it a date with me, same time, same station next week. I am Alex Anaba, the National Retail Manager, General Business, Leadway Assurance Company. Thank you.
Long time ago, crossing this beggar side of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was a nightmare, as several lives were lost and many others injured because of overspeeding of vehicles and pedestrians trying to cross because there was no pedestrian bridge in sight. But today, that is history. I'm standing right in front of the newly commissioned pedestrian bridge by the Lagos State government. Kudos to Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode. This is a beautiful sight, I must tell you. I feel amazing standing here. As you can see, barriers have been created for pedestrians not to cross the road. Road marking, simply, neatly outlined, graffiti, beautiful. This is beautiful. This is a whole new Lagos. As for the pedestrian bridge, we have like 4 or 5 landings and comings. So wherever you might be going, if you take the pedestrian bridge, it leads you straight to your direction. And where I'm standing right now used to be a bottleneck. Vehicles moving bumper to fender. Pedestrians trying to cross, always in a hurry. But all that has been put to history. You can see the bridge is so busy. Everyone trying to use the bridge. Everyone trying to obey the laws. No more crossing of the expressway. No more crossing of roads. Now pedestrians can move safely thanks to the Lagos State Governor. This is exactly what we've been yearning for over the years. Lagosians don't want much. All we want is a good road network. Now we have it. I can virtually see smiles on pedestrians' face, commending this great innovation. They can't get enough. I practically feel like I'm in America right now because of the beautiful alarmed markings. We can see now there's a beautiful tunnel that leads to Olowara. That tunnel looks like you're right in New York City, I must tell you. You need to say it's an amazing sight. Now everyone can move around, even at night. You don't have to get worried, you don't have to be afraid. You can move freely due to the proper line markings of the road. Lagos is truly working. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Becky.
So how do you feel basically standing right here in this part that used to be very busy and all that, but how do you feel now?
I must confess it's a good innovation by the Lagos state government because as you can see from here, like the design, the color to start with is so beautiful, so amazing. Like I love it. I totally love it.
So basically, how do you feel now that we have the pedestrian bridge? Now people don't really need to cross anymore. That's saving lives, right? So what do you want to say to Lagos State government about it?
First and foremost, I commend the Lagos State government for this. It's a good safety measure for Nigerians, and I want to say we love it, and they should keep on doing more work like this in the whole of Lagos. It's totally amazing. Thank you.
The new beggar now, it affects about a lot of people in the masses. In the market here, you know, this market was demolished without telling anybody.
Beggar used to be a place noted for congestion, go slows. They thought of beggar, if there's a way you can avoid beggar, you will avoid it. That was before. But right now, what I saw that Governor Ambode has done, I never knew is possible.
Can see in the next few years Lagos will be competing with other countries, so let's say kudos to Lagos.
A long time ago, crossing this beggar side of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway used to be a nightmare, as several lives were lost and several others injured due to overspeeding of vehicles and pedestrians trying to cross the bridge because there was no provision of a pedestrian bridge. But today, all of that is history. I'm standing right in front of the newly commissioned pedestrian bridge by the Lagos State government. Kudos to the Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode for a remarkable job. I can see smiles on faces of pedestrians commenting this good innovation. Right here where I'm standing at the beggar bus stop used to be a bottleneck. Vehicles moving bump to fender. Pedestrians trying to cross the bridge. Bags get stolen by hoodlums. But today, all of that is not going to happen anymore because of the newly road markings. Now pedestrians can no longer cross the roads due to the road barriers created. Now, the pedestrian bridge itself has up to 5 comings and landings. So no matter where you're coming from and no matter where you're going to, there is always a path for you to take. How brilliant! I feel like I'm in America right now. This is a beautiful innovation. Graffiti, design, making Lagos beautiful. If you're not in Lagos and you're coming into Lagos, my dear, you will feel super excited to be a part of this great work. We must say Lagos is working. Eko Nibaje. Almost impossible for you as a driver to not just drive your own vehicle, but also drive for the other behind you. Right and right. This practically means that you're calculating their movement too. This way you're being proactive and can avert any chances of accident. Just in case you're one of these people involved in this act, please deviate from the So many years ago, women were not driving, but today the narrative has changed. Women can now drive as much as men do. Some drive late into the night and others travel out of town into neighboring towns. But how do women cope with problems of driving, like battery terminals, overheating and the likes, including theft? I represent the womanhood today on the show. Hello viewers, this is Auto Guide, the only automobile segment on television where we educate you, enlighten, and of course inform you on all you need to know about your vehicle. I'm not doing this alone today on the show. With me is a renowned auto engineer and also the host of Auto Watch on Radio 103.1 FM, Mr. Patrick Okwenda. Hello sir, how you doing?
How are you?
Welcome on the show.
Yeah, welcome. Good afternoon.
Yeah, well, today we want you to enlighten the audience, especially the women. You know how they say we are, you know, the tender part, but I don't want to be that.
No,
I think a woman is stronger.
The way they hold the steering, it shows they are very strong.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we'd like you to show us and explain to us how a woman can handle driving without problems.
Women hardly drive. They were comfortable being driven. But right now, we see women even driving better than the men. They spend longer hours driving, but there are many risks. Number one risk, the downfall drivers. Then they have the police, they have the last man, and they have the VIO. But the major problem is they don't know what to do when they are stranded. I remember there's a lady that was stranded on the highway. She called me. I told her, where are you? She said she was under Marina Bridge. I said, that place is not safe. She said she is safe by God's grace. But lo and behold, 5 minutes later, she called again, and I was hearing robbers attacking her. They destroyed her car. They took all her laptops, all her phones, and everything they could find. But the number one problem is what will make a car break down on the road at this kind of odd hours. Are the women really in charge of their vehicles? Do they know what to do? So let's go to the engine and let's see what you need to do when you are stranded. Even though your mechanic told you your vehicle is in order, the engine oil is very vital. If you don't check it, you are taking a risk. Then when you check the gauge and it's okay, like this one now is not okay, you check the gauge is okay, you now know you are okay. Then the next thing you will do, your water, the coolant level, if it's okay, then your power steering oil. Those are the three basic things that will at least give you 90% assurance on the road that you don't need to have any issues. But if you look at this and there are other emergencies like your fan belt, it can go off anytime. But when you hear that creaking sound in the morning, don't say, I will take it to my mechanic after. Do it right away. You don't need to wait because the risk, there was a lady that was stabbed some time ago when she left her car to go and call for help. But why will you now be stranded on the highway when you are supposed to put your car in order? You don't need to take that risk. Check the basic things, and when you see that your vehicle is not in order, call a specialist. Don't trust that roadside mechanic. The convenience of is close by you. You can come and pick it up and do what you don't know. Always know what are you putting in your engine. If you want to find out more, we have a toll-free lines for when you have an emergency. You can call us whenever it happens. We cannot rule out any emergencies when a lady is driving. But if you happen to drive late at night, be conscious of what you are driving, because we just assume the car is in order. It is not in order. Anything can fail. And how do you respond? How do you overcome that challenge? Is why we are here giving you the tidbits that what you need to do when you are in an emergency. Don't panic. The number is showing on the screen, our toll-free lines. If you don't want to call that one, call 112. It's the Nigerian Lagos State toll-free, emergency toll-free. If you need road safety also, call 122. They are all toll-free. If you are in a lonely place, leave the car and go and make calls elsewhere. You can be watching your car from afar, but don't stay by the car. When you see an emergency response coming towards you, you cannot appear. There is Lasema also. They are everywhere. They can come with their bike also. If you call 112, they will come and be with you until an emergency truck comes. There was a lady that called some time ago. 2 tires went down at the same time. And then when it went down, it became a problem. Changing one, they needed the second one. But don't worry, we are up to the task. We have found some products that you use for you to drive to your location safely. There are a lot of things you need to know, but if you want to find out, call the numbers on your screen or send us a mail that you will also find on the screen. We'll be able to teach you and we're able to tell you what to do so that you can be free. Keep in mind that your engine oil is not gauged or is not at the right level. Top it before you leave the house. Not just put any oil, always follow the manufacturer's specification. If the oil they say you should use is not available, call us also. We will let you know which oil is suitable for your vehicle. The era of now managing, looking for Kazim is over. Don't fall victim of Kazims and the roadside robbers. It is the era of smooth driving, and AutoXPAT is here in conjunction with AutoWatch to make sure you enjoy your driving at all times. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that deep explanation. I'm sure the women folks can understand. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. This is how we ended on today's segment of Auto Guide. Remember, as a lady, you don't have to be a mechanic to know, everything about your car. Make sure your power steering oil is at the required level, your engine oil, and of course, your tires. That will go a long way in helping you prevent your car stopping abruptly in the middle of nowhere. If you want to get a free towing on your vehicle, or you want to get to know the numbers and addresses of towing stations across Nigeria, put a call through to us. And if you also want to know more about car parts and solutions, keep watching Auto Guide on AutoXPAT. We're here for you 100. Enjoy the rest of the program.
Proper car routine maintenance is very vital to avoid major repair bills and keep your vehicle running smoothly, adequately for many years. Whether or not you do the work yourself or you hire a trained mechanic, our advice and tools will go a long way to ensure that you save time and money along the way. And that's the reason why we would be talking to the professional, the guru himself, Engineer Patrick Okunwedia, who will be giving us tips on how to maintain your vehicle. I'm your safety ambassador, Ono Sepia. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back, and Engineer Patrick will join us. Hello viewers, you're still watching Auto Guide on AutoXPAT, and like I mentioned earlier on, Engineer Patrick Okunwedia is going to be giving us some more tips on how to maintain our vehicle. Let's get to meet Engineer Patrick. Good afternoon, sir. How are you today,
Very
sir?
fine, very
So
well.
apparently we've learned a lot from you on Auto Guide on AutoXPAT. What are you going to be teaching us today?
Today we are going to talk about carbon in your engine. 90% or 99% of every car in Nigeria has carbon issues.
Okay.
Misfiring, cylinders fouling, everything is because of the fuel. The fuel for this BMW does not exist. BMW uses premium unleaded fuel.
Well, and that kind of fuel does not exist in Nigeria.
It does not. We are using regular unleaded.
Regular oriented. Okay.
So because of that, you get misfirings, engine misfiring, BM, Range Rover, all of, even as common as Toyota and Honda, they all misfire because the fuel is not available. So what do? Most people will now take out the cylinder, open it, and go and grind and surface the valves and all those stuff. But we now discovered there are better ways to resolve this issue. This car now is undergoing a carbon cleaning, dedicated carbon cleaning. For 1 hour, it will dissolve all the carbon in the engine. By the time we are through, the engine will be like brand new. It renews the engine 95%. But everything is based on which oil are you using. The oil still stands. Are you using the right oil? This car has not been using the right oil. It has not been using the right fuel. So the two things are inhibiting the smooth performance. The car is sluggish, very, very sluggish. But by the time this carbon cleaning experience is performed on this car, you will now get a brand new engine being driven along Lagos roads. But in the meantime, it's not going to continue with anyhow oil. We have made the owner to realize he must follow the manufacturer's specification. He has to use that oil, and then he has to now find a way of boosting his fuel. But this correction is not going to make his engine become brand new. At the time he's driving it, he will think he just bought a brand new engine. And that is why we want everybody to take advantage of carbon cleaning. You see the exhaust, you see your engine sluggish. It's not moving the way it's supposed to move. Carbon cleaning is the answer. Once you do it, it's a 1 hour exercise. Once it's done, you have a brand new engine. It's guaranteed. The car that used to consume, it will save you a lot of fuel, because right now you are wasting fuel. We are complaining fuel is 145. Coupled with the traffic, you have the means to reduce it. So you need to now take advantage of carbon cleaning to clean your engine and make it 95% brand new. That is what we just brought down to in Lagos now. This is the first in Lagos, or rather first in Nigeria. Everybody, they are taking advantage. We just cleaned this car as old as it is. The car is now looking brand new. This one is going to collect the same treatment and makes it unique. You don't need to open your engine, because most times when they open the engine, they cannot reset the timing, and then you have a failed engine. So this is the only opportunity you have. Your air filter must also be clean. Those roadside that does your air filter for you, they are not saving you money, they are wasting your money, because it's the air and fuel that causes combustion. And if the air and fuel is dirty, then you are in for a big ride. That's why you say, cars don't last in Nigeria. They last, they do, but we are the ones that are not taking care of them. So take advantage. We are here. You can get the numbers on the screen. You can dial us, call us, send WhatsApp also on the numbers. Bring your vehicle for one of the best things that has happened in Nigeria, carbon cleaning. If you Google it, you will see that your vehicle requires, even in America and Europe, they use carbon cleaning too. Talk less of where we don't have the good fuel, where we don't have good oil. We use anyhow oil, even oil that are not suitable for our cars. They do a lot of damages on our engines. Conjunction with Auto Watch and AutoXPAT, although AutoXPAT made us to get it, we've had it now, and they are desirous of us putting it to use and making sure everybody put their car on the road, because safety is the first thing. So the first thing, like I stated earlier, put your car in order. The first thing to do is to come and clean carbon deposit in your engine. And once it's done, it's a guarantee, 90% guarantee that your fuel consumption, before you say A, your car is going B already. Your fuel consumption will reduce and your engine will be happy. The right way to do is use the right oil, change your air filter, and then come for carbon cleaning. The air filter, it has to be changed every 6 months. If you are using synthetic, every 6 months, when you are changing your oil, you change your air filter. Most people will just dust it and put it back, say it's still clean. The car senses the air coming into the engine, and then if it's not accurate, it will read upside down. And so the air filter is number one thing you have to make sure is always clean. With the carbon cleaning, you are in for a good ride. Anytime, anywhere, you are in for a good ride. Everything inside is renewed, brand new. You can Google it, how it is done. It turns the cylinder head, the valves, everything. It cleans everything as we speak. And then you have a perfect car.
Thank you very much, Engineer Patrick. That was a very, very wonderful word. I mean, we've actually learned a lot today. And like Engineer Patrick has actually said, always bring your car to the AutoXPAT workshop and ensure that you actually have, the carbon worked on, so that you can actually filter that, and also with your air filter. These are things you should not just do at the comfort of your house. Bring them to a specialist, a mechanic who actually has the technical know-how on how to do these things. This is the AutoXPAT workshop, where a lot of work is being done on different vehicles, and people are actually keeping their car up to date. And like what Engineer Patrick said, if you clean your air filter and also use the carbon device to clean the carbon from your vehicle, you'd actually find that you'll be consuming less fuel in your vehicle, unlike you buying a regular, maybe like a full tank, and ending up using it for maybe 2 days, when a full tank can actually last you for a week. So these are things that people should be mindful of. I mean, you know what they say, money in the pocket, money in the head, money in the head. Keep it safe. Okay, now we wrap it up on this segment of Auto Guide. Engineer Patrick is the anchor of the program Auto Watch, airing on Radio 1 103.5 FM every Tuesdays by 3 p.m. And on that program, I mean, it gets to say a lot of things regarding how you can maintain your car. And you know, callers, people actually call in to get feedback as to regard whatever it is they've discussed before. So it simply means that Auto Watch and AutoXPAT are actually for the people, working for the people. AutoXPAT is your guide to safety. I still remain your safety ambassador, Ono Sepia. Enjoy the rest of the program.
Hello viewers, I am Celia Overi, a businesswoman and a devoted audience of AutoXPAT. Last week they talked about, I watched it and they talked about plugs. I just got my car 2 weeks ago. I'm here to see the engineer, to know and for him to tell me what I need to know about my car. Am I using the right oil? Am I using the right plug? So I have come to see him to tell me more about what I need to know, all the basic things I need to know about my car. Looking at the rate of accidents on our road, which is usually caused by mechanical faults, brake failure, wearing of tires, wrong specification oils, and so on and so forth. It is not a crime for you to come and learn and know about your car. Ignorance is actually a disease. Just because you don't know doesn't mean you can't know it. By the way, I am here to learn more about my car. Not because I have to, but because I need to know about it. So you should actually come and learn more about it. By the way, it's free. Who doesn't like something free? My name is Celia Overi. Keep watching AutoXPAT. It is your guide to safety. Bye.
Good afternoon, this is Patrick Okumendia, your auto guide presenter. In response to the popular demand for last week's edition, people have been asking about the plugs for their cars. There was a lot of avalanche of requests, people asking for their plugs, which plug is suitable for their vehicle. And we decided to run it again to explain further what you need to know about your vehicle. One of the viewers last week brought this car for us because she has issues also with her car, and this is what we took her from her plug. She has been managing it, though it's the right one, so we had to now put the right one also. This one is already gone, but because she does not know, it was there in her car. The car, this is Honda Crosstour. This is what it requires. In case you guys that have it, it requires ISZKR07B11. ISZKR07B11. And that is the one that the car requires, even for modern Hondas too, because this one is a V6. The first cylinder of a Honda does not use the same plug. If you know you can't find it, use the Google map or go to eBay or go to Amazon, then you use it. If not, if you still feel you don't understand how it's run, send us an SMS, we will respond to you. Every car has its own plug. A Range Rover has its own plug, a Mercedes has its own plug, very different. We don't use tiny plug or big plug when it comes to plug. You must follow the specification. This is an original Honda plug that is made for this car. If you use anyone because it's this, you say they are the same, you are going to ruin the engine. Before the plug was changed, the engine was already having a knocking sound because it was not firing well. And even when you see cylinder misfire, most mechanics will say, na nozzle, na plug. The plug they put is a danger. If you don't know the plug they are going to put, if your mechanic does not know the original plug, leave the one that is there. If they can't find it, don't change. Better use the one that is there and before you get the real one. Don't go and manage plugs. If you manage the plug and then you are not getting the right one, you will ruin your engine. Like this our viewer, good day, man. Yes, sir. How you doing? Fine. You complained about your plug, and thank God we have changed it. This is the original plug for the car. There's no rocket science, it's everywhere. It's only when you don't know where to find it, that's when it becomes an issue. And then you ask, what other questions do you?
I want to know, what specification of oil can I use for my car?
That is the number one thing we have been talking about. The car requires 0W20. And when you say 0W20, it has to be like here for gasoline engine. Gasoline is not the one you will buy that is diesel and petrol. There's an oil now, let me bring it, that people were using. The people using their car. This Range Rover just came. He wanted to use it for his car, but it was written petrol and diesel engine. I told him he cannot use it because it is not suitable. So when you want to use, look for engine oil that says only gasoline. Gasoline oils, engine oil only. So because there are many things, many factors built inside. Then this one is 0W20. Unfortunately, you can't find it to buy anywhere. Locally, all our petrol stations, they don't have it. So it will take you a long time to get it. But there are people online that says it. If this car says use 0W20, use it. If not, you will now have to, the engine for this, I don't know, they say it's almost 500, 700,000 because of the oil. That is the only thing that will destroy it. Other cars, Toyota, Nissan, they all have their plugs. There's no tiny plug, there are no uniform tiny plug. Even a 6-cylinder Nissan, they don't use the same plug with a 4-cylinder Nissan. Even if they are the same model, they look alike. They are not the same when it comes to the spark plugs they are supposed to use.
So, sir, since I got this car, this is the first time I'm bringing it to the mechanic. I want to know, what is the time range I'm supposed to bring it to the mechanic to do servicing and all that? How often should I bring it?
If you use the right oil, it's 6 months or 6,000 miles. 6 months. And when you use the right oil, it's twice a year. You don't need to be coming all the time. You come twice a year. If you use the right plug, you can stay 50,000 miles. You won't have to change it. If you use the right plug for the car. It's when you use management and staff plugs, you will not be changing it all the time. You say, why is this thing I change plug? There is no fake plug. There are 3 different types of plugs. There is standard, there is platinum and iridum. But we will advise every viewer here that you should use iridum, laser iridum if you find it. It will revive your engine because our engines die when they come to Nigeria. But if you use the right plug, the firing system will improve and then you have a good firing system. Laser iridum if you don't get, use iridum. Those are the 2 we will advise you to use because those ones can revive your engine and give the spark that it requires. Any other one, those standard, they will only make your car standard. It will not make it higher than it's supposed to go. Yeah.
There's this thing I always come across whenever I'm driving. You see cars parked at the
your oil and the coolant. Like now, I don't know if you are using oil coolant, this water or this local oil. Lubricate very well. There's something in the coolant that lubricates the water pump. And when you use ordinary water, you take risk. And then if your oil too is not okay, most times people make their fan permanent. That is the wrong way to go. You are not supposed to make your fan permanent. It has to work with the thermostat. Anybody that tells you, any mechanic that tells you, you have to take away your thermostat, tell him he does not know what he is doing. You must leave the thermostat. The fan must work according to factory defects. You must default. You must leave it the way it is. If you try any other thing, that's where the overheat comes from.
Mr. Patrick, like I was saying, I'm a businesswoman, and most times when I get my goods to give to my clients, they're usually heavy. Then I notice when I put them in, the back tires go down. So I was thinking of raising the tires up. I don't know if that's a good idea so that it can balance it out.
That's a good question. Every tire has a weight. Let me quickly go through this. This one is 103. This is it. 255 60 18 103. This 103 is a factor. It means the weight of the car. So if we are looking at it now, it might be around 400 kilo per tire. So this Ford now will carry 1,600 kilos. That's a 1.6 ton of load. So if you are having this issue, I will suggest, because this car is a V6, get a V tire. The load will be higher. You don't need to change it. Most times people say we'll take it from 60 to 65. It's not necessary. Just get, because this tire is a H tire. For a V6, it's a risky thing for this kind of car, but get a V speed rating tire. The load also will improve. It was the shocks. This is the tire pressure you are supposed to use. 33 front, 33 rear.
Okay, for the front
and
tires.
the rear, 33, 33.
33 for the back.
All those ones, they put 50, 80, run away from them. In the morning, is cold tire pressure is 33. And once you put it, you even see that the tire light will disappear. It will not show again because you are using the right one. So any other one, they will ruin your tire. Even the effect of overinflation, whenever you enter a pothole, this place there will be a bulge here. That has ruined the tire. There's no remedy, the tire is gone. Once there's a bulge, there's no way you can patch it. There's no thing you can do. It is gone, it is gone.
Does that mean all 4 tires uses the same pressure?
Yes, as the owner stated, 33 is 33. Yeah. Like I was telling you about oil, this one they wrote gasoline engines. This one says petrol and diesel engine. It cannot work for this car. No matter if they are the same 020 or 5W20 or, as far as it's stated, petrol and diesel engines, do not use it on this car. You are taking a risk, because the reason why they put this gasoline engine, they want the oil that is specifically made for 0W20. So if you go and use petrol and diesel like we have all over Nigeria, the filling stations, you are taking a risk. You are going to destroy your engine in the long run. So it is not advisable. Follow what the manufacturer stated. Use gasoline engine oils only. So if your car does not, if your oil says petrol and diesel, don't use. I will give you the honest advice, don't use. Even if it's very cheap, don't use. Because the state, we are the ones that bear the, whatever, what do we call, collect the money anyway. Let me say, we are the ones that collect your money, but we don't want you to spend money that is not necessary. Make sure the oil you use is suitable for your car, and you will not have any issue. Once a year, twice a year, you service, a plug can last you for 50,000 miles. You don't need to change. Like this one now will last you 50,000 miles. There's nothing else except for Honda, your leg pull-out, which is customary. But apart from that, you don't have any issue. Use the right oil, use the right plug. If you don't, you still need to know which plug is ideal for your car. Send us an SMS or on WhatsApp, on our social media handles. Send it to us, we will explain to you and we even invite you bring your car so that we will give you an expert opinion. Then you know what to use. Like this lady that came with her car, the plugs were already gone. But even though it was okay because it has passed the normal specified time, but she was still using it and it was affecting her engine. This is it. But the one we bought now is the same with the one that came with the car. It's everywhere. There's no fake plug. It's only we that don't know which plug is ideal for our vehicle. And when you know, and once you know, you will be good for it. Will be okay for your car. Your car will be okay, and we, the mechanics, will be proud of what we are doing. That's why we are making this public enlightenment for everybody to know that cars can last even more than the duration that we are supposed to let it last. But when we use the right plug, it will last very well. And you will not waste money, 145 naira for it. You will not be wasting it on plugs that does not work. And also ensure, please, your air filter, always ensure you change it all the time. It is very necessary.
Sir, lastly, can you please just tell me the basic thing I need to do every morning before driving out of the house?
Most times you don't need to. Most times if you check your, there are some cars that don't have dipstick, so you don't need to go there. There are some cars you don't even need to check your water, but you can see it from here. If there's water, don't need to bring it out. All those ones that are bring out there, this one still have dipstick. But there are some cars that don't have this stick, so you can't check your oil. You just know that if you use the right oil, the likelihood of being reduced engine oil measurement will be minimal. So you can leave it. Some people leave their own 6 months. They will not even check it because they are using the right one. It's when you don't use the right oil, that is when you will have all those problems. But when you are buying, please, if your car says use gasoline engine oil, use gasoline engine oil. Don't go and manage the one you see that it doesn't. And try and limit your car from using 20W50. You are destroying the engine. You are making the work very difficult for all of us. You see the way I'm dressed now. I'm not dressed in my overall. I said this is a serious matter. We need to talk about the plugs. We need to make people to understand that the plug is very crucial. It's the thing that combusts. It's the explosion. If you know how it explodes, if it does not explode, the engine will not start. So every time you start the car, the plugs explode. And if the plugs are not the right one, how do you now want it to work well? It explodes, and then the compress is compressed. The explosion is compressed, and then it gives you a better cylinder performance. That is what we want you to understand. AutoXPAT is giving you the opportunity now. Go and check your plugs. If it's not the right one, call us. If you don't know the one, send us. Like many people responded last Sunday, send the same message. We will tell you the right plug to use. And we will use this medium to tell you now that use laser iridum. No matter how expensive it is, use laser in iridum. In the long run, it will save your fuel. It will save your engine from all those stuff you normally get when you see cylinder 1 misfire, cylinders misfire. It is your plug fouling because it's not well compressed. That is the reason why we are having problems. You look at this compound the way it is, too many engines that are being overhauled. Now we don't even have money to change. Most people don't change anymore, they repair. And why do you repair? Unnecessary repair. You change what you are supposed to have maintained, and you now go and buy. Some people will use useless oil. When they change the engine, they will still use the same oil. They will not know that it was the oil that ruined the engine in the first place. So take advantage of this enlightenment. Put the right oil, use the plug, use coolant, change your air filter, and when your gear oil is due, which we will discuss another time, you will also change it. There are many unwholesome gear oils in the market. Beware of what you are using. Don't put anyone because it's cheap. Use the right oil, and see you next week.
many things happen while driving on the road. The most common is a different driving attitude among various drivers. Some drive so crazy like the road belongs to them. Things happen while driving on the road. The most common is a different driving attitude among various drivers. Some drive so crazy like the road belongs to them. Some drive like driving has no culture, while others just swerve into all the lanes in 1 minute, not minding the fact that each of this lane has a purpose. All of these activities take place when you're equally driving on the same road. You just have to remain focused, because this act can cause serious distraction which could result to a fatal accident. You can never tell who among this whole lot drives under any influence. Hello Africa, hello Nigeria, it's your ever charming host Latifa Tajao, and you're most welcome to the best rated automobile and safety TV program, Auto Expert, your guide to your safety. This week promises to be spectacular. You really want to meet our celebrity of the week. What's buzzing on Auto News, Auto Guide, amongst others. You really don't want to miss any of the segments. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
What up, what up? It's still your boy, Ransom, aka Local Boy Gun International. Keep watching Auto Expert, your guide to safety. God bless.
For the life and the life that we breathe and we know they pay. I got too much sauce,
I got too much sauce, so atarodo. I pepper them like atarodo. You already know it's your boy Casually. Now I'm right here with the Auto Expert with celebrities. Now yeah, I stay there, yeah, I know they go anywhere. Oh yeah, now.
Pepper them like atarodo.
Life without a car was kind of stressful, you know. And cars is the way of life, you understand? Owning a car is very expensive and it's costly. You know, thinking about the insurance, thinking about the maintenance, but at the beginning, you know, there was no really need because everybody around me has a car. So when I was growing, you know, after university, so I believe there's a need for that. And, you know, and I think I got my first car in an early stage. So it's not that really stressful for me, I would say, because I had a privilege of bringing, which was really good. So my first car, it was a Tokumbo. I got it myself, you know, that was it. It was a Honda Civic, so it was kind of cool. I always make sure my tires are, you know, doing better, and the dashboard, I try to see if there's any faults on the dashboard. And if there is, you know, I just call the auto mechanics come and check it out. I always make sure, you know, safety is very important in life, so I make sure everything is in order before taking off. Yeah, I do obey the traffic lights and the rules, and I make sure, you know, like I don't break the rules, I don't beat the lights and all that. So I always obey the traffic rules. This one, I like the sound system and the, you know, and it's 2.0 liter, so it's kind of cool and, you know, it's smooth. It's a smooth, you know, it's a smooth car, so I like driving it a lot. I just like it. And the interior is so amazing. The leather and everything, you know, I feel comfortable, like, as if you're in a plane. Kind of, you know, first class kind of thing. I drive a Range Rover and I drive a Porsche car and I drive a Lexus. It's my favorite. For the Porsche, you know, it's a fast car, so sometimes when I just want to, like, you know, go on a road trip, so I just jump over the Porsche.
You must be using the second language.
what is causing
My take on accidents, well, the thought of car accidents, you know, it's kind of disturbing for me. So it's good, it's necessary for us to take precautions and just to avoid, you know, the car accident and the car crash. So always make sure you don't drink and drive. And if you're drinking, I beg, no drive at all. You understand? And always don't know the Snapchat and all that. You know, Nigeria and everywhere. Yeah, selfie everywhere. I beg, you know they do that one while driving. And don't be making calls and all that. Always check your car. If your car is, you know, it's okay for you to drive. Always make sure you do that. And don't speed, please. Always obey the traffic, you know.
Give me what you want and I'll give you what you need.
I do like 25, 30, so I don't go beyond that speed. But if I'm on the highways, I do like 60, 65, 70. You know, safety before anything. Always obey the rules of traffic. I beg, make not obey. And make sure don't drink and drive. But I always go with my driver or somebody who be available to drive me back home. So I always, you know, it's, you know, life is very beautiful. So I'll never trade my life for just auto crash, I beg. So I take on customized number. It's, you know, everybody with their own kind of taste. So I don't go talk anything, but me, I know to like them. So I just believe in normal thing. Make I just drive. If the car is okay enough, the plate na minor thing. So I don't really care about the plates. My view on auto insurance is that you have to insure your car because it's very good. Because it's just like you, if you pay the premium and the insurance still will cover you in, you know, we never can say. You can run into accident and, you know, so once your car is insured, definitely the insurance company will guide you through and they will pay for all the, you know, for all the damage. So it's the best. You have to insure your car. Okay, do like a mannequin. Don't make a move like a mannequin. Make you not tell them like a mannequin. Okay, enjoy yourself like a mannequin. Make not enjoy life. Life is beautiful. As I said earlier, don't drink and drive. It's your boy Casuale, aka Atarodo Master. As you know, it's already they everywhere. They hot. Atarodo they everywhere. They hot. And keep watching AutoXPAT. It's your guide to safety. As they all now Casuale say so. Don't change the dial. The day here. Oh yeah. Atarodo. Atarodo.
100.
Hi guys, I'm David Jones, David, AMVCA winner, Best Actor in the Drama Series 2017. I'm an actor, a singer, a music producer, a writer, and a composer. Right now you're watching my car, my experience. I've owned 4 cars, I've driven 3 cars. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Now, my first car was a Benz 190. I loved it. It was balanced. I loved the maneuverability. Funny enough, I've been lucky with cars. You know, when that car was given to me, it was given to me because they said it had this ejector problem and all that. But the moment I got that car and I serviced it, everything was perfect. That car served me for years, and I had to upgrade to another car. I mean, when you own a car, at some point in your, in your life, you just want to upgrade. You know how it comes. So I had to upgrade to a Chrysler Space Bus. You know, I like Space Bus because it's spacious. I could carry equipment and other things in it. You know, and drive to any show I want to go to, or carry friends, carry more friends. It was fun because then you could go to the beach with it. You have people in it and all that. And it had a smaller engine. So I actually went for a smaller and a low fuel consumption engine. I had to upgrade. And after that, I got a bus, a Volkswagen bus. I didn't actually drive that one. I put it on the road. You know, that was for, making money. Then I got this. I love this car. People always tell me that, when you want to get a car, they say this car has issues, don't buy this, don't buy that. I'll just say I've been lucky with cars, actually. For every car I've driven, none of them gave me any issue. And I'll tell you why. I think it's because before I drive out in the morning, I check everything I have to check. Check the water, check the oil. When it's due for servicing, 2-3 months max, I service the car, and I use original parts when I have to change any part. So for me, the journey, with me and my cars has been smooth. So I have no regrets, I have no complaints. All right, accidents with my cars, oh no. Like I said before, I've been lucky with cars. It's been smooth with me and my cars, from my Benz 190 to this one. So for me, I love cars, cars love me. All right, guys, it's been me, David Jones, David, AMVCA winner, Best Actor in a Drama 2017. I hope you enjoyed my car, my experience. Sign out. Enjoy yourself. Bye.
Kosi bitin mole la, 'cause my heart belongs to you, my lover. What's up, people? You've been with me on the show. It's your boy Tolu, and I want to recap the few things that we mentioned today. Make sure that you always check your engine, you always check your tires, you always make sure that there's water in your radiator. Make sure you wear your seatbelt, and do not drink and drive. And if you're like me that is safety conscious, you can get out your Android phone right now and download the AutoXPAT app on Google Play.
Make you feel what you never felt before.
100. Yes, we all move so freely from one point to the other every other day, not bothering about the unforeseen. But the truth is, it does happen to several persons. I am Alex Anava, the National Retail Manager, General Business, Leadway Assurance Company. Welcome to yet another heartwarming insurance segment on AutoXPAT. And trust, we are well loaded.
Sometimes life has more questions than answers, and every teardrop seems to drown your laughter. But even when it hurts, there's someone who knows that everybody hurts, everybody cries, everybody walks along the lonely road sometimes. Let me take your hand
Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Just think there's a lot of things that we overlook that are not necessary. You think it's not necessary, but when the time comes for it, you're like, wow, thank God I did that. So I think it's very necessary. Auto insurance is very necessary.
A lot of times it comes to us as a shock, just because you are never ready. This is why you need to be proactive. Now you don't need to worry anymore, because Leadway Assurance Company has got your back. With our newly introduced product, the personal accident cover. It covers you in diverse situations, such as bodily injury. This may arise as a result of an accident. 2, it covers you for disability. And in this case, it could be a temporary or a permanent disability, which arises too as a result of an accident. And the 3 is that it provides for you medical expense as a result of an accident. So you are reimbursed in the event you have an accident and you had the cost to visit a hospital. All of this is coming under a tidy plan, and I bet you it is very affordable. And beyond its affordability, it's very effective. Today, the product is making wave in the Nigerian market.
Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
My name is Afulayat Lola Comfort. I work with the claims department of Leadway Assurance Company Limited. Insurance is a practice like we all know, and when you pick up an insurance policy, you expect your claim to be paid. Insurance is life. Claim is real. Trust us. Trust Leadway. Within a week, your claim is settled. Thank you.
Trust us, Leadway pays claims.
Sometimes life has more questions than answers, and every teardrop seems to drown your laughter. But even when it hurts, there's someone who knows that everybody hurts, everybody cries, everybody walks along the lonely road sometimes. Let me take your hand, I will be a friend, because to me your happiness is just as good as mine, and you will be fine.
Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Like I said earlier, you just never know about the next minute. That is why I admonish that you make hay while the sun shines. This product offering is extremely affordable. Mind you, it's very effective. You may say it cannot happen to you. You may be right in a sense, but I want you to know that it could happen to somebody. And that somebody could be anybody. And that anybody could be you. You need to take the very necessary step today by calling the numbers showing on your screen. Until then, make it a date with me, same time, same station next week. I am Alex Anaba, the National Retail Manager, General Business, Leadway Assurance Company. Thank you.
of the newly commissioned pedestrian bridge by the Lagos State government. Kudos to Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode. This is a beautiful sight, I must tell you. I feel amazing standing here. As you can see, barriers have been created for pedestrians not to cross the road. Road marking simply neatly outlined, graffiti, beautiful. This is beautiful. This is a whole new Lagos. As for the pedestrian bridge, we have like 4 or 5 landings and comings. So wherever you might be going, if you take the pedestrian bridge, it leads you straight to your direction. And where I'm standing right now used to be a bottleneck. Vehicles moving bumper to fender. Pedestrians trying to cross, always in a hurry. But all that has been put to history. As you can see, the bridge is so busy. Everyone trying to use the bridge. Everyone trying to obey the laws. No more crossing of the expressway. No more crossing of roads. Now pedestrians can move safely thanks to the Lagos State Governor. This is exactly what we've been yearning for over the years. Lagosians don't want much. All we want is a good road network. Now we have it. I can virtually see smiles on pedestrians' face, commending this great innovation. They can't get enough. I practically feel like I'm in America right now because of the beautiful land markings. We can see now there's a beautiful tunnel that leads to Olowora. That tunnel looks like you're right in New York City, I must tell you. You need to say it's an amazing sight. Now everyone can move around, even at night. You don't have to get worried, you don't have to be afraid. You can move freely due to the proper line markings of the road. Lagos is truly working. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Becky.
How do you feel basically standing right here in this part that used to be very busy and all that, but how do you feel now?
I must confess it's a good innovation by the Lagos State government because as you can see from here, like the design, the color to start with is so beautiful, so amazing. Like I love it. I totally love it.
So basically, how do you feel now that we have the pedestrian bridge and people don't really need to cross anymore? That's saving lives, right? So what do you want to say to Lagos State government about it?
First and foremost, I commend the Lagos State government for this. It's a good safety measure for Nigerians, and I want to say we love it, and they should keep on doing more work like this in the whole of Lagos. It's totally amazing. Thank you.
The new beggar now, it affects about a lot of people in the masses. In the market here, you know, this market was demolished without telling anybody.
Beggar used to be a place noted for congestion, go slows. They thought of beggar. If there's a way you can avoid beggar, you will avoid it. That was before. But right now, what I saw that Governor Ambode has done, I never knew is possible.
I can see in the next few years, Lagos will be competing with other countries. So let's say kudos to Lagos.
A long time ago, crossing this beggar side of the Lagos Express used to be a nightmare, as several lives were lost and several others injured due to overspeeding of vehicles and pedestrians trying to cross the bridge because there was no provision of the pedestrian bridge. But today, all that is history. I'm standing right in front of the newly commissioned pedestrian bridge by the Lagos State government. Kudos to the Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode for a remarkable job. I can see smiles on faces of pedestrians commenting this good innovation. Right here where I'm standing at the beggar bus stop used to be a bottleneck. Vehicles moving bumper to fender. Pedestrians trying to cross the bridge. Bags get stolen by hoodlums. But today, all of that is not going to happen anymore because of the newly road markings. Now pedestrians can no longer cross the roads due to the road barriers created. Now, the pedestrian bridge itself has up to 5 comings and landings. So no matter where you're coming from and no matter where you're going to, there is always a path for you to take. How brilliant! I feel like I'm in America right now. This is a beautiful innovation. Graffiti, design, making Lagos beautiful. If you're not in Lagos and you're coming into Lagos, my dear, you will feel super excited to be a part of this great work. We must say Lagos is working. Eko ni baje. factors have made it almost imperative for you as a driver to not just drive your own vehicle, but also drive for the other man behind you, the man in front of you, by your left and by your right. This practically means that you're calculating their movement too. This way you're being proactive and can avert any chances of accident. Just in case you're one of these people involved in this act, please deviate from this act. It takes 4,860 bolts to assemble an automobile and 1 knot to scatter it all over the floor. You've come a long way. Don't destroy your life in just a minute due to impatience while driving. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Auto Expert. Do not forget, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, AutoXPATPro. You can also like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter at AutoXPATPro. You can also follow us on Instagram at AutoXPATTV. Do not also forget, you can now download AutoXPAT app from Google Play Store to learn everything about your car. I still remain Latifah Tajao. Keep watching Auto Expert. It's your guide to your safety. And remember to crash into a nap than to nap into a crash. Have an amazing week ahead. Signing out. About the components that make up your car. Today on the program, our auto engineer, Mr. Patrick Okunwenda, will be enlightening us on plugs. The plug is an integral part of your engine. If you don't have the correct spark plug, you might be in for some serious problems. Some people are of the opinion that good plugs are hard to find, so just buy the fairly used plugs. It is wrong. Every car has a specified plug, just like oil.
It's tiny like a Camry and a 4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder. They don't use the same plug. You go and buy the plug in the market, Tokumbo plug. You just say it's tiny plug or a tiny plug or big plug. No, that era has passed. Every car has its own plug. Don't buy used plugs. Don't buy tiny plugs. You must first of all verify which plug will work for your car. This plug we have here is a Toyota Lexus plug. The number that is written there is SC20HR11 and it's meant for a particular set of cars. We have